What's up, Feasters? Welcome back to another great episode of the Anime Feast. It's the one and only Dominique here, and with me are the wonderful, wonderful co-hosts we have. For some reason, we're going to get the dancing guy first, I guess. We got Matthew.
What up, everybody? Exciting chapter today.
Absolutely. And, of course, we got the one and only Tawan.
What up? Salutations. How's it going?
And today, guys, we are doing our chapter review. So we have, we're going to review My Hero Academia, chapter 333, known as Spectre. That was the title of this chapter. And, boy, oh boy, was it a good one. I think it was one of my favorite My Hero chapters in a while.
Like after last week's chapter, after the demise, where Shiragaki, or All for One, has his hand over Star's mouth, it was just doom and gloom, and the beginning of the chapter fed on that, and I love it. And before we continue, make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube channel.
Absolutely, guys. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when we get more of our chapter review videos released. But as Matt said, chapter 332 ending with Shigaraki finally touching, or I guess what can you really call him right now? The additional All for One that is in Shigaraki's body with two personalities now, touching Star. It was like, okay, now he's about to seal her quirk. Now she's gonna die. Like we thought she had a chance to win and she failed. And it kind of even plays into that a little more because, like Matt said, like the very next two pages of this chapter is just like Shigaraki talking and being like, I wanted to go about this a different way. I wanted to get All for One first, then I could, or a One for All first, then I would be able to crush everyone and everything easily. But like he was like, this was the worst case scenario of like having, I didn't want you to come over here and meet up with All for One, because then New Order and One for All meeting together would most likely defeat me. But it worked out in the end because now he's like, oh, but I was able to, beat this still, and here I am going to take your quirk.
Because he thought New Order was more powerful than One for All, or at least he thought it was a bigger challenge to get over. Because the New Order, you don't know what the person's rules are being set. Like the person can think her power. She can think of a rule after did she have to touch somebody? I forget that part or not.
Yeah, so the way the New Order works is that you have to touch whatever the object is and say its name and speak out loud of what the New Order is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's what kind of led to, like in a previous chapter, that her power didn't take effect as solidly as she wanted to because Shigaraki didn't know his own identity at that point.
Yeah,
because it was like she was thinking Shigaraki, but he's like, I don't know if I'm Shigaraki, All for One. Am I this in between thing?
Yeah, like what even am I?
But yeah, her power is super OP, and I'm loving it. And I'm just like, why didn't I get to see more of this sooner? I love her All Might inspirations that come from her costume and her hair and all that good jazz.
And being the number one American hero, which when she was introduced, we were all like, of course, the name Star and Stripe, New Order ability, this is definitely like something Americans would do. But it was like, the moment Shigaraki got Star, it made me upset again, just because it was like, once again, Shigaraki's winning. He shouldn't be winning. It's once again him getting another power up. It was just really annoying that this is continuously working out for him, and it was just pissing me off.
Now, like when he went in the last chapter, when he went underground, he's like, "Oh, I took a risk on that because I had to wait until the last second," and then he just came out of nowhere. I was like, son of a gun! And when he really did touch her, I was like, okay, that's it. She's dead. There's no way she's getting out of this.
But she comes back. Well, she didn't get out of it, but she had a trump card, which I just love. She was like, if I gotta go down, I'm gonna take you down with me. And was like, it's just gonna be a detriment to any quirk inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he thought he won, he was like, I got it. I got New World Order. And then just had it started to be reached inside.
Yeah, because Star was like, she was trying to throw one more command out there of how she won't decay, because essentially what he did was he activated his decay quirk and stealing her quirk at the same time. But so she thought she could say, I won't decay, and he'll steal my ability, but I won't die. But he did it in the opposite direction. He took the power first and then decayed her. So Star was still, dying and being decayed, but
That guy ever just enough time.
Yeah, as Tawan was saying, she put one new order in before all of that happened, and right in time to where it was that new order would attack or revolt against all other quirks. And it was dope because like the moment Shigaraki was so excited that he stole New Order and was about to invoke a New Order about the air, which I really wish we would have heard what he was gonna say, like what he was gonna do to the air. But the moment he was like the air, then it goes into him and it's like Star standing there proudly with the Shigaraki all for one combination, like staring at her, and it's essentially like in his inner mind, and then his body just starts bursting at the seams.
Yeah, she's like the All Might pose, like after he wins the victory kind of thing. Instead of like his arms on his head, she has her arms crossed, just like, oh, like I know I won this one.
Yeah, it was like the genius of what she did, like knowing that she was gonna die and being open to sacrificing herself and being like, if it's okay if I, Kathleen Bate, die if I take out Shigaraki at the same time, like if I can even like destroy a ton of his quirks, and that's exactly like what her quirk is now doing inside of him. It is destroying quirks left and right. Because I think the first one he said that was gone was like his reflect quirk was gone. So like yeah, he is just
getting torn up inside, literally.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, and he's like, there's a detriment to his own quirk that he can only bestow or steal, and he can't just dispose of him. So he just has to deal with this until he can touch one of, someone else, and we know he's going to attempt to like touch one of the fire pilots, which I hope that they fly away, but it just looks like they're going to just keep on trying to shoot him.
Yeah, because the way I see this working is like if they continue their attack on him, he's going to have to continue regenning, and he also won't be able to move around as much if they keep attacking him. And that will allow Star's power to continue destroying other quirks inside of him to where eventually, it's not going to happen the way that we all wish it would, but it would be dope if the first quirk that it would destroy was the recovery quirk. Because if New Order destroyed that quirk first, this whole thing is solved. Because he won't be able to recover from the damage he's taking, and then he would die. But obviously that's not how it's going to work. That's probably like the last quirk he'd be able to get to. But yeah, this is definitely going to be like a ton of destroying quirks that he has until he's able to give it to someone else. Because I do think he'll end up placing it on one of the pilots. It'll just be a while. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's just he's gonna get out of it somehow, some bullshitty way. There's no way he's gonna be continuously like where Shigaraki and All for One, they are not done yet. But I don't know how he's gonna get out of this situation. But we'll see.
I was gonna say that also would have been like a great quirk for her to destroy at the beginning with All for One. It's like, oh, problem solved, save the day.
Oh yeah, like if instead of like we'll revert against other quirks, it's just like we'll destroy All for One, and then it's just like goes inside, destroys All for One, done deal.
Done deal. I just turned Shirigaki's mind back to the good side. My Hero Academia is now over. Good job, guys. We figured it out.
America saved the day. Whatever.
Yep.
No. So yeah, I thought this was great, and Matt, I saw you salute earlier, and that was like a lovely last panel of Star, just like her body decaying and just doing that final salute to All Might and to her fellow comrades of like, this is me signing off. Essentially, it was awesome.
The way, I guess like a way a true hero goes out, but I don't know, like. I mean, we've only had Star and Stripe in for maybe 8 chapters or something like that. But
I don't even know if it was 8. It was
so short.
It was
like 5, yeah. It was so short, but like she was so
6,
powerful.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, she just made a humongous impact that so many other characters who we've spent like 250 chapters with have not even make a dent in. So
yeah. I mean, hey, she's showing why she's the number 1 pro hero of the U.S. Like this ability and her smarts just will deal a lot of damage. We know it won't defeat Shigaraki, but it's going to be a huge benefit for helping the everyone else fight. Because like Endeavor and them are on their way, so it's going to be a huge help for whenever they get here. To like Shigaraki being beaten up a lot, I wonder if he'll pass it off to one of them when he gets there. But like Star did a wonderful job here, and at the end it's All Might saying, "Damn you, Spectre of All Might." So it's like funny that even though All Might's out of the picture now because of what happened, one of his specters is like still kicking All for One's ass. And then when Midoriya is going to get there eventually, and it's going to be another Spectre of All Might still kicking All for One's ass. So it's been it's wonderful that this is like a running not a running gag, but a continuation of what's happening. But unfortunately, this is the second #1 pro hero that has been taken out.
It's just shit. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I lost my thought. Come back to me.
Well, I think that was.
Oh yeah, no, it's like the first time in a long time, especially like in a shonen, that like now the villain has the handicap instead of like the heroes.
Yeah,
like, all the heroes are now coming. This is where that lost thought came back. Like the heroes actually had the advantage in this fight, even though Shigaraki just depends on how many quirks the New Order takes out, but we'll see. That is.
Yeah.
Do we know how many quirks he has, like in total right now?
No, there's no way we would know how many quirks he has. Yeah, because All for One's been around for decades
since quirks have started.
Yeah, so he definitely has a humongous stockpile. I want a lot of the ones he's using to be taken out. Like Reflect is a good one to take out. I want the Tracker one he stole from one of those like little cat trio that they met earlier on. I want that Tracker one to be taken away from him, because that's also that would help when it comes to finding Midoriya. That would give Midoriya more time to heal up. I don't know what else really.
Midoriya has to save the day eventually.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's how he becomes the #1 hero.
Yeah. That's story.
Yeah, guys. I think this was like I said, this was my favorite chapter in a long time for My Hero Academia. It starts to turn the page a little bit for the heroes. It puts a bright spot in everything because it's been very dark for a while now. Honestly, since Liberation Army arc, to be honest. So the page is turning. I'm viewing things positively. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Last thoughts?
I think League of Villains and the bad guys are getting one to them, and
yeah, it gives me like a feel of like the Marineford for One Piece is like fine, but like in the opposite way is like finally like the bad things are actually happening to the bad guys.
Yeah,
you're kind of getting that vindication. But all in all, great chapter.
Very solid.
Absolutely. Well, guys, be sure to follow us on our social medias. We are on Instagram as The Anime Feast, on Twitter at Anime Feast, and of course the YouTube channel here. Again, like Matt said earlier, be sure to hit that notification bell. Be sure to subscribe. It means a lot to us when you do. Until next time.
Stay hungry, my friends.
Peace.
Peace.